So today is a very exciting day because our outdoor furniture finally arrived. For the past few months of living here, obviously we've had this amazing outdoor space, but we haven't had any furniture to actually use on it, so we've pretty much just been laying some blankets down and sometimes lying outside or maybe eating on the floor. But that all changes today because we finally have a few pieces to create a little outdoor dining setup as well as a little bit of a lounge seating area. There are some things that will be coming in later, so this won't be the complete setup, but I'm definitely tired of sitting on the floor, so we're gonna make do with what we have for now. I just finished cleaning and sweeping the deck, and now it is time to set everything up.
Maybe I could be your solace. Maybe I could be something more. Well, baby, it's always summertime. When I'm with you, that's not a lie. Well, maybe you could be my solace. Only my 두 달배로 해. 내 심장이 막 두근두근.
So this is the completed outdoor dining setup. We have 6 chairs around a pretty large dining table. I know it's just me and Naya, but we do plan on having some more friends over, so we thought it'd be nice to have a pretty large dining table to fit a bunch more people. And then moving over here on this side, this is the temporary lounge seating. Eventually we are gonna have another outdoor couch that's gonna kind of be right here that fill up this space a little bit more. These are the 2 chairs that arrived first, and then in the middle I also have a little side table. I think once the couch arrives, these 2 chairs as well as another little coffee table, which is gonna go right in between them, are actually gonna go to the other outdoor space next to the water feature. As you can probably tell, we do still have a lot of extra space, and it definitely does look a little bit plain right now. One of my big ideas is to add a lot more plants into this space. So you'll notice right now back here we have one little palm plant in the corner, and then in this corner over here we also have a bird of paradise. But I really want the space to feel like a part of nature and sort of integrated into that, so I think getting a few more plants to place all around will definitely really help with that. Alright, so I picked up a few more things to build out the outdoor space. So you can see we got a bunch of succulents here. This really cool sort of stainless steel tabletop planter, which I think I'm going to put middle of this table right here. And then on this side, hi Mao, we also picked up 2 bigger plants, so one monstera as well as another one of these palm plants. These are going to go around this outdoor area to really brighten it up and bring some more green into the space. First things first though, I'm going to repot these succulents into this planter right here. And I actually got these ones from Trader Joe's. I think they were like $2 each, so really great place to get succulents. The only thing is they usually always die in these pots because they really overstuff them in here. Repotting them into another pot like this really helps them survive in the long term. So it's been a while since I've talked about fitness and nutrition on this channel, but I've gotten a good amount of questions recently about my workouts as well as just how I approach fitness in general. So I just got back from the gym and chugged my protein shake, so I figured I'd just give you guys an update on my recent fitness journey as well as just my personal goals at this point in my life. So for context, I am 24, turning 25 in March. And I've been lifting weights for around 6 years now, so ever since I was a senior in high school. This might come as a surprise to you if you hadn't heard me talk about this before, but I actually used to be severely underweight. So I'm 5'10", and I used to weigh around 118 or 115 pounds, give or take, back in high school, which is extremely, extremely light. I was really, really skinny, and honestly, it was actually a really huge insecurity of mine. So I really started lifting weights and bulking up throughout college, primarily with the goal of just looking not as skinny and putting on some size. But it's been a while since I graduated college now, and obviously I'm a good bit bigger than I was before I started working out. And so my goals and overall approach to nutrition and fitness have also changed a lot. I think I would sort of consider my peak condition to be right when I graduated college, so that summer going into my first year working. I'll insert a photo from my Instagram right here so you can see what I'm talking about, but I'm definitely not as jacked as I was before, which honestly for me has actually been a pretty weird concept to wrap my mind around, because ever since I started working out, I really felt like I was always kind of going up, both in weight, but also with how happy I looked. And so the concept of me being like, I don't know if I'd call it past my prime because I'm still not that old, but I do feel like looking a certain way is no longer my primary goal or objective when it comes to fitness and nutrition. Maybe some of you guys watching, if you're my age or a little bit older, relate to this, but I think at a certain point, everyone starts to accept that you're not gonna look as good as you did like when you were like 20 or 21 or whatever, and that's totally okay. So nowadays, my approach to weightlifting has been pretty similar. So I still lift 3 to 5 times a week and train really heavy, and in particular push myself to failure, which if you don't know what that means, basically taking your working sets for your exercises to the point where your muscles actually just involuntarily start slowing down. And that in my eyes is not only extremely satisfying because I kind of like to see how far I can push my body, but it's also scientifically the best way to build muscle. With that being said though, the big thing that has changed is my approach to nutrition and what I eat. Back when I was in like my quote unquote peak condition, I was basically tracking all of my calories, making sure I hit a certain number of protein, carbs, and fats every single day, which even though I handled pretty well, I think is not really feasible or realistic for a lot of people. I no longer track my calories or limit myself in terms of what I can eat. I do try to keep up this idea of like 80-20, being like 80% of the time I try to eat foods that are pretty healthy, but then the other 20% of the time I pretty much just like eat whatever I want. So whether I want to get dinner with my friends or my girlfriend, or I just have like a late night craving to order some donuts at like 11 p.m., I let myself do pretty much all of those things. I think maybe it's impacted my overall like progress in the gym, being like my lean muscle mass or my body fat percentage, but at the same time, I really feel like this more flexible approach to nutrition has also just given me a lot more mental freedom and space to sort of just enjoy my life a lot more, honestly, which is really to say that I think my goals now are a lot more health and happiness oriented as opposed to sort of aesthetics or focusing on looking a certain way. I do still enjoy being quote unquote fit, but I've realized there's a way to do that pretty well and at the same time just enjoy the rest of my life a lot more. Hopefully that makes sense and this is somewhat relatable or helpful for anyone out there, but definitely let me know in the comments if you have any specific questions that I could help out with. And with all that being said, I will see you guys next time, home buddies.